Hi everybody, I'm going to be doing a fall get ready with me video slash tutorial, however you really want to see it, using the Kat Von D Ladybird palette. I just picked this up at Sephora and I was just thinking that this is seriously the most beautiful palette for fall that I have seen, and I think that this actually came out like this summer or at the end of this spring, and it is like better than a lot of the fall palettes that I've seen coming out for like actual fall. It's just got a gorgeous array of matte shades, and it's sort of divided by warm tones here and then cool tones over here, and I just think that it is absolutely beautiful. And as soon as I picked it up, I knew that I wanted to do a video using it. So like I said, it's going to be like a get ready with me slash tutorial video, just not maybe as formal as a tutorial, but I don't really know what I'm going to do yet, so we're just kind of winging it and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned and I'll see y'all in a bit. Bye. So I already curled my lashes and applied a little bit of my Nars Smudgeproof eyeshadow base to my eyes just to prime them for today. And then I think I'm going to start by working in the crease a little bit, just going in with the transition shade. I'm gonna just quickly take the eyeliner out of the palette. I'll keep it in there probably, but I'm just taking it out for now so that it's not bouncing all around. I'm gonna go into like the warmer quadrant here. I'm gonna use this light, sort of like tannish color. There's like a creamy color right next to it, but I want to use the tan color just as a transition shade in my crease. Just taking this on my Sephora oval blending brush, looking down into the mirror so that I can find my crease better, and just apply this right where that socket line is, and then I'm going to blend it up towards the brow bone. By the way, if my eyebrows look a little bit red or there's any blotchiness, it's because I just went through and plucked them up a little bit, so they might still be a little bit red. Next, I'm going to go in with the lid shade. I'm going to use the shade that's right next to it. It's more, it's a little bit lighter. I mean, it's kind of around the same lines as that light tan shade. It's just a little bit more creamier. However, it is like 2 or 3 shades darker than my skin tone. And I'm just going to take this and pat this all over on the lid. So that shade just added a little bit of like warmth to my eyes. Next, I'm going to go in with a smaller shadow brush. This is the Sigma E55, and I'm going to use that really, really dark brown. It's a very warm tone dark brown. You can definitely tell that there's a bit of like a reddish undertone in it. And I'm going to pat this kind of in like the outer third of the lid, bringing it up to the crease. And I'm just going to kind of tilt the brush so that I can wedge it a little bit more into my crease, and I will go in and blend it here in a sec. So I'm just going to go back in here with that oval blending brush and just buff around the color, basically just run over the color with this blending brush and blend it into the crease a bit. By the way, I think that this would be a super easy look to recreate using anything that you guys happen to have in your stash. If you have like the Coastal Scents 88 Warm palette, you pretty much have like all of these colors except for maybe like the teal and the purple. But if you have any of like those large BH Cosmetics palettes or really just a large collection of matte neutrals, I think that you could easily recreate this look without having to purchase this palette. Okay, so I think I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of that matte brown again, that same one, and just go in here again and put it into my crease a little bit more. Kind of just winging this whole look as I go along. Trying to make it darkest here at the outer corner because I've been really liking that look recently. You'll notice in a lot of my recent videos I've been really liking like a really, really deep outer corner, so I don't know, just kind of the mood I've been in recently. Now I'm going to go in here with a clean, plain, fluffy brush. I seriously use this brush all the time, you guys. This is an amazing brush. You can find it on crowmbrush.com. They used to have it at Coastal Scents back when they had these Italian Badger brushes, but unfortunately I don't think that Coastal Scents carries these anymore. So I'm really wanting to use this burnt orange shade. This is kind of optional. I mean, you definitely could like leave the look here if you wanted it to be just super easy and really neutral, but I'm going to go back into that Sigma brush and then just take this and pat it kind of where we patted that dark brown earlier. It's just going to be a little bit more towards like the center of my eyelid. So now I'm going to use the eyeliner that comes with the palette. It's the Autograph pencil in the shade Immortal Love, and it's just a really, really deep dark brown. And I'm going to line my eyes with this, and then I think I'm going to smudge it out a little bit to give it more of like a hazy effect. But this is one of those pencils that's a lot like the Urban Decay 24/7 liner pencil, L'Oreal Extra Black Carbon Intense liquid eyeliner pencil. You know, some like those little gel liquid pencil thingies. So if you have a dark brown liner, basically, that would work too. So now before that sets, I'm going to take this angled brush from Sonia Kashuk. I use this to smudge out liner all the time. I'm just going to go in here and sort of just run over that liner. I hope that this palette hasn't been super distracting, just like sitting here on the corner of your guys' screen. I'm sorry. It's really handy to have a palette like this that has a mirror. It makes it a lot easier when I'm filming to do my makeup properly. And that's actually not applying all that well to the tight line, so I'm just going to go in with the L'Oreal pencil that I use all the time. So I'm going to go in with another pop of color here in a second, but I'm going to wait till I do my foundation, my concealer, because I have told you guys this a million times. I don't like applying anything to my lower lash line before I do my concealer because I just find that it's too hard, and I think that I'll wait on mascara too, that way, I don't know, I can just get that all done at once. Alrighty, so I zoomed you guys back out so you can see what I'm going to be doing to the rest of my face. I'm going to start with concealer. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock and Tattoo concealer just to keep with the Kat Von D theme. And plus this is a really nice concealer for underneath your eyes. So just going to take a little bit of this on my ring finger and conceal them under eye circles. And then for foundation today, since my skin's looking really, really nice, I'm just going to use my Bare Minerals foundation. I'm using this on my e.l.f. powder brush. Just going to buff a little bit of this all over the skin. Then I'm using a little bit of MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Light Plus just to set my under eye concealer. This Kat Von D stuff, it stays pretty well and it has very, very minimal creasing. But I just don't feel right putting a cream product on my skin and not setting it with something. Especially recently because my skin's been going through this really weird like oily phase and then it'll be like dry the next day. So I want to make sure that if my skin decides to go super oily today, this won't just come right off. So I'm just going to finish up and do the face now. I'm going to go into my Too Faced Sweet Dreams palette and use the Chocolate Soleil bronzer right there. This is always really hard to show you guys because this palette is so awkward. It's one of those palettes that is like really aesthetically pleasing. You know, you look at it and it looks really pretty, but it's impossible to travel with and it's like not practical whatsoever. But it does have some really nice products in it and I really do like this bronzer. I'm mainly just using this to contour. I don't really like to bronze up my skin too much in the fall. Does it ever bug you guys that I keep my hair down, you know, when I'm doing all this? I see so many other people that will, you know, like put their hair up in like a headband, but I seriously cannot stand doing that because then when I take my headband off, my hair is just so fine that it like adjusts to whatever I put on it. So if I put a headband in, I'll take it out, you know, when I'm done doing my makeup, and my hair will just like totally wonky. Like it won't be straight anymore and it'll have a weird bump in it. So that's the reason that I don't ever pin my hair back up for you guys. I probably should figure out a way where I can, because I bet it gets kind of annoying, so I apologize for that. For blush today, I'm going to go in with a peachy shade. I'm going to use this Organic Wear Blush Bronzer Duo from Physicians Formula, and this is in the shade Light Bronzer / Soft Ginger. And I'm going to use the peachy blush shade. I'm going to use this with my Real Techniques brush. It's kind of awkward to try to get the product on this brush without getting too much of that bronzer on it as well. I'm just going to apply a really, really light, almost wash of this to my cheeks because I'll probably go in with a bold lip. This is so awkward to do. Since I'm at it, I'm just going to go in and do my brows. I know I'm doing this like totally backwards, like super weird, but whatever, we're going with it. Like I said, this is just like a get ready with me video. it's just not super formal and we're just gonna wing it. So I'm using my Master Shape and an angled brush. Then like usual, I go in with my Anastasia Brow Powder Dew in Brunette, and I use the lightest side and just kind of go over this to set that waxy formula. And then my Prestige Brow Gel. I feel like I should do a brow routine video. That way I don't have to show this to you guys, you know, every single time. But I feel like I've shown this to you guys now like so many times that doing a brow routine video would just be kind of, I don't know, redundant. You can just watch any of my tutorials and see my brow routine. But if you guys want like an actual formal video on it, you can tell me. I can show you guys like products that I use, like for grooming and stuff too, like tweezers, and I also wax my eyebrows at home, so I guess I could show you that too, but let me know. Okay, so now that the actual face is done, I'm just going to go in and now work on completing the rest of my eyes. So you're going to see a really close up and personal shot of me here in like 2 seconds. Alrighty, now that we're all nice and up close and personal, I'm going to take MAC's Prunella Eye Kohl. You guys know that I absolutely love this stuff. And I'm just applying this to my waterline. Then I'm going to go back into the Kat Von D palette and I'm going to use that purple shade. This is a totally optional step as well. You could definitely just take some of that brown onto the lower lash line and apply mascara and call it good. I like some color though every once in a while, so I'm just going to use that same angled brush that I used earlier and just apply this right underneath. Then finally for shadow, I'm going to use that cream shade right next to the purple and apply this under my brow bone as a highlight. Now finally, let's go in here with mascara. I'm using the Neutrogena Healthy Length. There we go. Kind of had a lisp on the end of the S, Healthy Length. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do for lips. I feel like this look would look nice with like a berry lip. I also have this pink truffle lip butter from Revlon. It's just like a nudie My Lips But Better shade. I think that would be pretty. And then I also have this Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer. I think because this has a bit of more of like the, sorry, let me put those back. This has more of like the warmer tone to it. I think I'm going to use this. This was a good choice. By the way, I don't even know if I mentioned the shade name of this. It's in the shade Comet. I mentioned it in my fall must-haves video. Alrighty, so that is the end of the makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that maybe you found some inspiration if you happen to have the palette. This is a really pretty fall look. I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of like the easiest looks to recreate. There definitely is like a lot of blending involved, but you could definitely simplify it and just keep it plain with that color that we used on the lids and then just some browns in the crease. I think though sometimes it's fun to add a little bit of pops of color like that burnt orange and that purple. I think it looks very fall appropriate, and I think it's really pretty. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.